Hey Tim, how's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Yeah, you mind if we take a look inside? Show me around?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good, man. What questions do you have? Do you have anything specific you want me to show you?
Yeah, no, I say let's start on the inside, work our way to the out. I know you got a lot of contractors working on the outside right now. Yeah, let's start there.
All right, cool, awesome. So, I mean, yeah, as you can see, we put a good amount of work in this. We got pretty much new flooring throughout the entire place. We've got fresh coat of paint. The HVAC, I think it was when I bought it, the guy, I think he said it was 2 years old when I bought it.
2 years old?
Yeah. So it's probably 4 years, like 3-4 years by now, I would assume.
Okay, 3-4 years. Perfect.
Yeah. And then we actually added a bathroom in here as well. So I don't know if you saw that.
Okay, so extra bathroom. So
yeah.
So that actually makes the numbers go up a good bit more because due to the fact that it was 3-bed 1. Yeah, so now it's 3-bed 2, perfect.
Yeah. And then as I was telling you, man, it's like if you got a renter that might be interested, because I still don't know yet,
Right.
Renter or buyer. I just figured if you got a buyer, right?
Right.
A shot. But yeah, we'll show you around, man. It's pretty much all newly renovated, Justin. The outside, the only thing we really have left to do is like power washing, really, right?
Okay.
But yeah, and then you got the laundry set up over here in the bathroom. Not much you can do about that.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. Anything else I should know about the house?
I think, the roof is, I don't think it's too old. The hot water heater is pretty much brand new.
Okay.
About 2 years old.
Right.
That's really it. Yeah, that's really it.
Okay, perfect. All right, sounds good. I mean, if you want to take a look, you mind if I set this stuff down real quick right here?
Yeah, that's no
take a look
problem
at some numbers.
That's no problem. You want me to show you outside at all?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Cool. And then as you're walking through the property, or if you're walking through a property with a buyer or a seller, that's when you can start using the Ford method.
Right.
So that's where you're using part of the appointment time.
Right.
To essentially you're walking through anyway,
Yeah.
so you're just chatting, little
Right.
side conversation.
Okay.
I think he even has started having a side conversation with you actually.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the game?
I've been in for a little over 4 years now.
Nice.
Yeah. So just joined the digital realty team, which is really awesome. I mean, how long have you been working on this? I mean, flip stuff. Is this first one?
No, man. It's actually. We've done a good amount. I think this is probably our 8th or 9th.
Okay,
like
nice. So is the plan to just flip and rent or flip and sell?
Yeah, majority of them we ended up renting it out.
Okay, nice.
But then we ended up selling it down the road.
Right.
That's not my full-time job. I'm a dentist.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
How long you been in the game and been doing that for?
Dentist, man, I've been, I think 20-some years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome. So you've seen just about everything when it comes to the technology development behind it and everything.
Yeah. It's been a good while, man. Yeah, it's definitely been a good while.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, and that's where you can also kind of ask, like, oh, is it in Virginia Beach area,
Right.
Things like that.
Okay.
Because who knows? It might be same dentist office or
Yeah.
something like that, right? So, but yeah, it's been like 20-some years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. What was it? Yeah. No. So. Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Good.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Show me around the outside.
Yeah. I really just power washing left. Little grass cut. Maybe we might spruce up the yard a little bit. But
Also, I did notice that you just purchased this place. I know you're flipping it to rent it out right now. The guy William that you used. Did you plan on using it again or?
Oh, he was great. He was great, man. It's not. He was definitely a good agent, but at the same time, I wanted to, you sound like a nice guy, and you're a young fella as well. And I know the young people nowadays, they're killing it, and I want to be able to help you out as well, so just figured to have you in here.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, you letting me check out the property, seeing what I can do for you.
Yeah.
I mean, the outside looks great. I mean, it looks like it's just about ready to go. I mean, when it comes to time frame, if you were to sell it, and you can get because I know you said money talks, and you would be open to selling if you could get the right amount.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I'm in about like 270, 279-ish maybe.
Okay.
I'd like to be able to walk away with at least 35,000 in my pocket.
35,000? Okay.
Yeah,
And what would you be using 35? Would it be for the next flip or?
Yeah, well, no, not for the next flip. We actually, there's a house over in Cape Charles that we really like, and you know, we would, it's a type of deal where it would require all my cash, so.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I just wanted to cash out of this and possibly, you know, buy something over.
So would that be a vacation home for you guys, or what do you
Yeah,
guys looking to do
somewhat,
with that?
man, somewhat, you know, we go over there, hang out a lot, you know, it's a nice area.
Yeah, no, beautiful.
A lot less people.
Right.
So it's definitely one of those retirement homes, our dream retirement home.
Okay, awesome, man. Well,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, if we can get you the right amount of money for it, then we can definitely try to get you over to Cape Charles.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, Justin, if you got a buyer, like I'll gladly, you know, pay you out a percentage, and then this way, you know, we can hit that 35,000 mark, and then you can make your money as well. I'll gladly pay you 5%.
Right,
So,
100%. And I mean, I'd love to bring you a buyer right now.
yeah.
Biggest thing with, I mean, if I brought you only one buyer, I'm sure you know this. If you had one person try to offer money on your car, on your truck,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna try to lowball you and get a deal, right? Wouldn't it be wiser if you had multiple people trying to put offers on your car?
All right. So there.
Should I switch it?
So what you want to do is ask them the question and lead them to the way. You're kind of giving them like, hey, like.
Giving an example of it, yeah.
Example, right? So how you would first, I wouldn't even. So it's not all objections like that are pure objections. So like that's why I would say I would like that type of objection that he was really nice about it. So where I would first start off is if he's willing to give you 5%. We have it set up to where we find the buyer and seller, it's only 4%.
Okay, so I should be like, hey, perfect. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
like, I really appreciate you giving me 5%. Like,
Yeah.
That's awesome, Justin. And the really neat thing is, like, we actually have what's called our savvy seller. We actually have our flexible commission program, where essentially, if I find the buyer and also represent you and the buyer, it's actually done at 4%. So that's awesome that you're really thinking about doing that.
Okay, that's the
Yeah.
value stack right there.
Yeah, exactly. And then from there, if he brings it up again, then it's like, all right, he didn't find as much value in that 4%.
Right.
Because he's really thinking in his head, and I don't have to pay 6 anymore. I can pay you 5,
Right.
and as long as you have a buyer, right?
Yeah.
If he brings up again, and then that's when I would be like, Justin, I really, you know, I appreciate you definitely bringing that up to me, and I respect the fact that you're upfront and honest about me bringing your buyer. But let me ask you this, like, have you ever thought about it this way, Justin? Like, how do you think you get the most for your home?
Right.
Let him answer. They'll either answer marketing or multiple buyers. I'm like,
Right.
Exactly. So like, I have no problem at all, like trying to see if I can have a buyer in my database that I could potentially bring to you. But the reality is this, like, I know for a fact, and you know for a fact, like you just said, marketing or multiple buyers is what's gonna get you the most for the property.
Right.
And what I'd like to do is, let's get our marketing to work, and then this way we can try to find you a buyer.
Right.
But in a scenario where we get multiple buyers, we can even get you more money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I didn't give you an example. It's more of I'm asking you the question.
Yeah. I
You answer it,
Mhm.
and then I go back and I'm pointing it back to like you just said. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
it's back on them. Yeah.
It's more of they're leading themselves to the answer, which
Right.
is essentially getting to list the property.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Justin, you know, bring me a buyer. You know, like I said, I'll gladly pay you 5%. You know, it's I know I respect your time, and you seem like a really nice, hardworking guy. I'd gladly pay you 5% if you bring me a buyer.
Yeah. I mean, no, 100%. I mean, I appreciate you offering 5%. We actually have a flexible commission plan. If I do bring you a buyer, then you only pay me 4%.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's
That's-
really awesome. Yeah, no, it's just one of those things that, yeah, it allows us to just give you a little more value.
Yeah.
We don't want to take the full 6% or 5% or whatever it might be if we're taking both sides of
Gaining
it.
2 relationships.
Yeah, gaining 2. Yeah.
We would pick up you as a future referral partner, and as well potential buyer as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we pick up you as a future referral partner, and then pick up a buyer as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that could be right there and then you could just move right on to the market analysis point,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then if he brings it up again, which
Right.
then at that point you can have a real objection handler about the actual bring me a buyer,
Right.
right? And then from there you can go in for the close.
Okay.
So typically you're gonna overcome the objection, move on to the next part of the presentation, or if he brings up towards the end, which I think he did more towards the end again.
Yeah.
And then that's when you overcome it again, and then you simply try to go in for the close. Like, what do you think, Justin? Why don't we get this home on the market?
Okay.
See if we can find you a buyer, right? And we find you a buyer, great. It's done at 4%. Or worst case scenario, you're still gonna be able to net your 35,000 at this amount, right?
Right.
Things like that.
Okay.
So
yeah, so right after that.
yeah, so we're going to we can go. I think we can go right into the numbers, right?
Yeah, so I got about like an hour and a half worth of material right here. Where do you want to start? What's important to you?
Really trying to get the 35,000.
Really trying to get that
If we can get that
35,000?
35,000, I'll gladly, do something, because really it comes down to that, is it worth it, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I definitely want it to be worth it for you. I mean, so you can get to that place in Cape Charles that you're looking for.
Cool.
So I ran some numbers. I also graded them from A to D. Most of these places in Aragona Village, 90% of them are fully renovated. I mean, this is Flip City right here.
Okay.
But yeah, if you look at the data, you have 3-bed, 1-baths. You have 3-bed, 2-baths. This one is a 3-bed, 2-bath, about 1,100 square feet. There was one. I mean, so if you're 275 into it or 276 into it, after everything's all said and done, you'd be walking away with a minimum. I mean, you would have to get that 35,000.
No.
You would need to sell it for at least 330, 340.
Okay.
There was a property right here. I mean, it was 1,500 square feet, so a little bit more. I ranked this one as an A right here. I mean, it was fully renovated on Delora, and that one did sell for 340.
Got it.
Or they listed at 340. Market's showing that's about 322. That was a full reno as well. There was one here that sold for 330. Listed at 335. So you're kind of seeing where the market.
What's our square feet?
Our square feet is 1,100.
1,100. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if it's including the garage. Converted garage.
So it's not. Yeah, I remember you mentioning something about that. How that square footage isn't part of. It hasn't been included in the assessment, the city assessment.
Got it.
So I mean, what we can do about that, we could always include it as do the measurements of the house. I know you've been doing a couple of different flips from time to time, so have somebody come out and do the measurements, one of your contractors, something, and then when we list it in the agent remarks, we can put the square footage is how do you say it? I always get this part messed up. Square footage is as per seller. What is it?
Yeah. Yep.
Are you
As per
used to
seller.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As per seller.
Square footage as per seller. So that would allow, that's bumping up the square footage, just adding more room. There is an extra room because it's a converted garage.
How many extra square foot do you think the garage is? Like 200?
I'd say about 150 to 200.
Okay.
So that put us.
So that could realistically get us closer to the 323, 330 people?
Yeah, so that would get us close to our number. I mean, after everything's said and done, you would be at, so what? I mean, we have 2 pending right now, at 339, 320.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, do you know if they're, that's what they're under contract for, the 325?
I did speak to the agent. She said, the appraisal already came out. It did appraise for 325.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. How about that, 339?
339, that one just went pending, so.
Oh, that's a good conversation
Yeah.
to have with him.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so that'd be
because
good
like,
one.
look, I just saw something go pending.
Right, okay, that'd be really good. But there was one out also for 319, that appraised, the appraisal just came in right here for 323, so, it appraised for 325.
Wow, okay. That's awesome.
So if we need to get you to your number, you're at 375, or 275 right now, all in. You need to be at, essentially, 330 times 0.0, 1980 minus. So you'd be at 310 minus 270 or close. So that'll put you at, 35,000 in.
Okay. Got it. So
If we
we need to sell it at what amount?
Well, what do you think we need to sell it at? What would make the
so I'm
most?
saying, like, in order for me to net 35,000, what's like the lowest that we can possibly go?
So at 35,000, that would be at 330.
At 330, that's
Yeah.
the lowest, okay.
That would be at
Do
35,000.
you think it's doable?
The number showing that 330. 330 works. We could always try it out. We could throw it up for a month if you need. I know you want to rent it out. You have some tenants that are trying to get into the door right now, and they were just waiting for the renovations to be done. We throw it up for a month. Let the market tell us what's going to happen. Try to get an appraisal guarantee.
Got it.
And see what we can do.
How long do you think it might take?
Typically on average, days on market is 15 days right now.
Got it.
So it all depends. With our marketing, what we can do, what we're gonna do is we have a whole bunch of marketing material. I have my box right here. I mean, we're gonna market throughout the whole neighborhood.
Okay,
There is no competition right now.
okay,
So there's no, within a 2 mile radius, there is no houses on the market.
wow, okay.
Aragona Village is a very popular area.
What, do you guys have like, long-term contracts, what is it, like 90 days, or?
No, so actually, so typically what we do, when we write up our contracts, we do it for 3 months. But that contract is, as soon as you say you wanna, as soon as you wanna walk away, we'll tear it right up. So we put a clause in the other provisions saying that, seller.
We have what's called our easy exit agreement.
Easy exit agreement,
Yep.
that's what it's called.
So, okay, got it, and, I mean, what's the packages that you're saying?
Oh, yeah, so, what we have a bunch
Yeah,
of marketing.
what's your commission? Yeah, that's really, 'cause I'm assuming what you've been running it at, 6%?
So, I mean, we have different options. That's one thing we do. So here's our packages right here.
Okay.
We have a 5, 6, and 7%.
Okay, got it,
Basic, plus, and premium.
got it.
The
What's
premium.
the difference? So,
So I mean, you get everything. You get open houses. You get just about everything that with the basic, plus, and premium. The only difference between.
so remember, the, even though it's right in front of them,
Right.
go through it line by line, so this is what you get with all our packages included, open houses,
Professional
professional
photography.
photo drone, 24/7 showing time service, so essentially
Right.
people could book it at 12 o'clock for the next morning, whatever.
Okay.
Yard sign, lockbox, MLS, website syndication to 1,000+ websites,
Mhm.
individual property web page, weekly update via phone, email, text, 3D virtual tour, Google business posts, Facebook, Instagram posts, liaison between vendors, negotiating on your behalf. And then, of course, back here is where things start changing, but you do have contractors with pay at close options for all of them.
Yeah.
And then here at the plus, this is where it's a little different, at 6%, you get paid Facebook, Instagram, Google, and YouTube ads,
Mhm.
retargeting potential buyers via paid ads. Have you ever seen one of those ads online, Justin, like sponsored on Facebook or Instagram?
Yeah, and you'll see a house
Yeah,
come up.
exactly, yeah, and then one thing that we can do as well is we can actually target buyers that were active on Zillow, Redfin.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes depending on who we have in our database, we can retarget people that are looking at 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom properties already,
Right.
right? And then we offer professional move-out landscaping, professional cleaning, mailers to 1,000+ potential buyers, calling to neighbors for potential buyers, like similar to how we found you. I'm calling around the neighborhood.
Right.
Hey, we just listed a home down the block over on 123 Street,
Mhm.
and just calling to see if you happen to know anybody. Because sometimes you might have friends or neighbors in the area that might have any family or friends that's looking to move into the area.
Right.
Right. So obviously I'll do it a little slower,
Mhm.
but email likely to buy list. So in Chime you can filter out literally people that are searching for 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and
Okay.
send them the house.
Right.
Email, call likely to buy list, similar to how I buy data, we are buying likely to buy list.
Right.
So that's, notify agents that sold nearby, professional virtual staging. With this size home, Justin, most people go with the plus package. And we can get by with professional virtual staging, cause it's not like a 3,000+ square foot home that we
Right.
get to stage. The premium package, which I don't think you truly need, that comes with professional staging and the mega open houses. As I
Right.
mentioned to you, the professional staging is a little more for bigger properties, $1 million price point, things like that.
Right.
And the mega open house is where we'll invite all the brokerages around in the area. We'll have a ton of food, and it'll pretty much be a party at your house, essentially, trying to get some potential buyers, right? But that, again, that's not truly needed. I would recommend the plus package. How do you feel about that?
Plus package, I mean, that seems good. I mean, that seems like what we need, especially since the house is a little empty. I mean, I think the virtual staging would be great.
Okay, awesome. And then from there, we'll just go back into role playing again. Yeah, I mean, Justin, it sounds really nice. I mean, like I said, so you got 5, 6, right, what you're saying?
Yeah, 5,
I
6.
think I'm leaning more towards the plus, but Justin, I mean, if I still got some work left to finish, I mean, bring me a buyer and I'll gladly, give you a 5% commission.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd love to bring you a buyer, but I mean, how do you think you would get, truthfully, how do you think you would get the most money for this house?
You did good, but I would acknowledge a little more.
Right.
I'd love to bring you a buyer,
Okay,
and I can
yeah,
totally respect the fact, I appreciate you actually telling me that up front,
Yeah,
right, and then go dive into that.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, marketing?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, if we can market your home, get a whole lot more buyers looking at the property, what that will do, I mean, that'll allow us to get, multiple offers, possibly get the house for over asking, get the appraisal guarantees that we need, because the data is showing that it's not. It could be 330. It could. I mean, we could always get more. And yeah, so if we get that appraisal guarantee, what that will allow us to do is, I mean, get the money in your pocket that you're looking for, that 35,000.
Got it, okay. Alright, that's when you go for the close.
So you
after
feel comfortable?
Yeah,
using
after,
it? Yeah.
yep, exactly, don't feel, how do you feel comfortable hiring me as your realtor? Right,
Okay.
just nod your head, be very confident about it,
Right.
alright? But yeah, go again.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, Justin, bring me a buyer, I'll gladly, give you 5% commission.
Okay. No, I appreciate you saying that. I mean, I love to bring you a buyer. But I mean, what do you think would bring you the most money for your property?
Multiple buyers?
Yes, yeah, no, exactly, yeah. So if we market your home, we get more than one buyer on your property, have them fighting over it, and I'm calling back and forth the agents trying to get that appraisal guarantee that we need to get. Yeah, we can get the most money for your home, get you into Cape Charles, and yeah, have that $35,000 in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I mean, so do you feel comfortable with hiring me as an agent?
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome, sounds good.
And what I would throw in there as
Uh-huh.
well, look, and like make it very nonchalant. I mean, look, Tim, what's your worst case scenario? You don't have to invest anything into this. There's no long-term contracts.
Right.
Literally, we'll handle the marketing aspect. If you don't get your 35,000 you're looking for within 1 month, give us 1 month. If you don't
Yeah.
get that within 1 month, call it a day, move on, get it rented out.
Okay.
I'll even help you rent the property out.
Yeah.
Put it up on the MLS for rental, and then get the rental side.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So-
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. So that was good.
Okay.
That was good. You pick
Yeah,
up any?
definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm glad we recorded it. 'Cause I'm gonna be studying that video. That was